It's another week, and you know what that means. That's right, it's another exciting week of comic book releases, and your boy Pete's here to run down what I consider are 5 of the very best comics hitting stores this week, which happens to be the 11th of November 2020. But before we get into that, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Click on that little thumbs up down below. All that helps very, very much. And leave any comments down below of any comics you are reading that you would like me to talk about in a future episode of the show. Maybe you're reading a hidden gem and you want the world to know about it. Happy to talk about it on a future episode. And be sure to head to www.collectors-assemble.com who can supply you all the comics we speak about in the show today, plus all the other new releases, as well as back issues, trade paperbacks, toys, statues, you name it. If it's comic book related, they can supply it to you. They do have stores in the UK, in Banbury in Oxfordshire and Leamington Spa in Warwickshire, but due to the ongoing lockdowns, the shops are currently closed. But they are offering a click and collect and a mail order service. So that's why you should head to their website, get your orders in, and your comics will be winging their way to you through the letterbox before you know it. But let's get into why you're here. Let's run down 5 of the very best comics hitting stores on the 11th of November 2020. First up, it's a one-shot from DC Comics featuring the breakout character of the year. That's right, it's a special devoted to no other than Punchline, the Joker's latest girlfriend. That's right, he's moved on from Harley Quinn, he's pushed her to the side, and now he's got Punchline as his clown princess of crime. And she was a popular character before she even debuted. The anticipation of her appearing during the year of the villain crossover made her first appearance skyrocket in price before that comic even hit stands. And people have loved her ever since. She's appeared in the Batman issues. Obviously, she's a Batman character, but she has got her own special one-shot coming out this week, which focuses on the origin of the character. So maybe you don't know too much about Punchline. Maybe you want to learn about how she came to be, how her relationship with the Joker started. Well, this is the issue that does just that. It's a one-shot. You don't have to commit to a long, ongoing series. It's a one and done. You can learn about the character and then enjoy her for years and years to come, because I don't think she's going to be going anywhere. Punchline Special Issue 1 hitting stores this week. A few weeks ago on the show, we mentioned a Black Widow miniseries that was starting, which was getting people hotly anticipated for the movie, which is going to hit cinemas at some point in the not too distant future. Fingers crossed. Well, the villain of that film is Taskmaster, and he, not to be outdone by Black Widow, has his own 5-issue miniseries starting this week, which focuses on the fact that he has murdered Maria Hill. That's right, the agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., Maria Hill, has been murdered by Taskmaster, and this 5-issue miniseries focuses on that. So yeah, Taskmaster, a bit of an unknown villain from Marvel. If you're a casual viewer, you may not know who he is. If you only watch the films and the TV shows, you may not have read much about Taskmaster, but this 5-issue miniseries will rectify just that. So in anticipation of the movie, you can buy a Black Widow miniseries and a Taskmaster miniseries, so when you and your friends do eventually see the film, you can speak about all the adventures they've been on, and you can show off and know about these characters when your mates don't. So yeah, perfect. Taskmaster issue 1 hitting stores this week. In the mid-90s, we were all loving the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but what happened? A new kid came to town in the form of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and they too took the world by storm. Parents couldn't buy the toys quick enough. Everyone was tuning into the TV show when that was on in the mornings during the summer holidays, and people loved it. Now, I was a bit too old. I'd moved on to other things when Power Rangers hit, but I know there are a huge amount of Power Rangers fans, and there is many comics devoted to them that have been coming out over the past few years. But people love the originals, don't they? They love the original team of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Well, that is good, because there is a new Power Rangers comic out this week called Power Rangers issue 1, focusing on the original team, who are now known as the Power Rangers Omega. So if you're a fan of Power Rangers, maybe you have been ever since they first hit our screens, and you've been a fan of all the different iterations since, this is a must buy for you. If maybe you loved Power Rangers as a child and you kind of fell off after the original series ended, and you've got those nostalgia feelings going on, and you wanted to learn more about what those characters have been up to since you last saw them, well, this is another perfect entry point, a new comic featuring the characters you know and love in a modern setting. Power Rangers, very popular. Their comic series have been flying off the shelves, and this new issue 1 is going to be no different, I'm sure. DC's huge event Death Metal is approaching its conclusion, but that doesn't mean we haven't got a lot of one-shots coming out between now and January when that last issue hits. And this week is no different with Death Metal Infinite Hours Extreme Issue 1. A one-shot featuring the main man himself, Lobo, aka the Batman who frags. It is what it sounds like. Lobo is a very 90s character where comic characters and events were big, bombastic and extreme, as the title suggests. And Lobo is high up on that list of one of the best characters to come out of the 1990s. Great runs from Alan Grant in the 90s. Good stuff that you should be checking out in back issue and trade paperback form if you can find them. But yeah, he is back at his best, and in this one shot it focuses on Lobo himself. So yeah, if you're a fan of death metal, if you're a fan of Lobo, if you're a fan of all things 90s, this one shot is a must buy for you. I've checked out all of the death metal miniseries and one shots, and I've absolutely loved it. It's been a great event, and it seems that there is no sign of it slowing down as it approaches its conclusion. So if you are buying all the spin-offs and tie-ins, this week it sees the release of Infinite Hours Extreme featuring Lobo. And last but by no means least, a comic that I know a lot of people like, but not many people are picking it up, and they should be. It's Savage Avengers, and Savage Avengers issue 14 hits stores this week. I just wanted to give it a shout out because it's one of those titles that deserves to do better, so you should be reading it. It's a team of Avengers, of Savage Avengers, as the title suggests, led by Conan. That's right, the Conan from the Arnie movies is now a core player in the core Marvel universe, and he is leading a team of Savage Avengers, featuring the likes of Juggernaut, Black Knight and Magic from the X-Men. That's right, he's got a team of Savage Avengers. Do you know what they're doing? They're taking on a dragon. That sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? Yeah, you should all be reading Savage Avengers. I know a few people that do read it who have said it is great fun, and this issue looks no different. A team of Avengers taking on a big old dragon. Good stuff. Try something new. It's one of those weeks where there's a lot of maybe ongoing series coming out, but not a lot of new starts for you. So if you want to try something new, which you should be doing if you can, check out Savage Avengers. Let me know in the comments below what you think. And there you have it, another rundown of 5 of the best comics coming out this week, which, as we mentioned earlier, is the 11th of November 2020. Be sure to head to www.collectors-assemble.com, put your order in for all the comics we spoke about today and all the other great new releases and back issues to fill the gaps in your collection. They're offering a mail order and click and collect service while the shops are shut, so you do not miss out on your comic book needs. I'll be back next week for another rundown of 5 of next week's best comics, but until then, enjoy your comics.